Happy Thursday, everybody. My name is OldSkuleNerd, and today, man, Imminence comes back with a second one. Now, come hell or high water, I filmed that one before I went on my vacation 2 weeks ago. And apparently I came back and they were like, surprise, and there they go. This one's called Desolation, and apparently everyone's in on this one, and they're like, OldSkuleNerd, are you doing the new Imminence? And I'm like, yeah, I just did the one. Come hell or high water, and they're like, no, there's another one. I'm like, what? Yeah, so this is what happens when you don't pay attention. It's not the first time, let's be honest. Here we go. Now, I'll have all of Imminence's information in the description below. Please check them out, okay? I'm really interested in these bands that are up and coming. And it's because I remember when Imminence was up and coming and I was like, man, and it had the violin and all this other stuff. And I was just like, man, this band's going to go nuts. And they've really started to catch hold to where now everyone's turning around going, whoa. So yeah, so I'm telling you, man, I need everyone to pay attention to the up and coming bands right now, because in 2 or 3 years, they may be the next Imminence. They may be the next Ginger, the next Lorna Shore, Electric Callboy. Remember 3 years ago, nobody knew who Electric Callboy was? Sure as hell know who they are now, don't you? Imminence. Desolation. Ooh. Instant hook. Let's go.
Hold your breath and count to 10. Promise me it's not the end. Take control and bring me in. Over and again and again. What's happening in my bones? Take me in my skin. Why can't I close my...
Wait, I'm sorry. I'll back it up. But I gotta say this. The first time I did a reaction to Imminence, I said this exact thing. Ready? Gotta watch out for a lead singer who's hiding a violin behind his back. He's probably up to some shady shit. And I was right. He's up to no good. And I like it. Here it comes. All right, if you've never heard of Imminence, I'm sorry to back. This is my interlude where I can really just tell you how really impressed I am with this band. This is my fifth reaction, going all the way back to 2021. My first one was Paralyzed, and it was live in studio, and it was the first time that I heard of a band that would use harsh vocals, that aggressive Architects vibe, are creative like Architects in the way they layered the vocals and everything else, but at the same time with very, very, very heavy musicality in a metal form, but then also a violin. And both harsh vocals, melodic vocals, strained vocals, rasp, just every element, but not just muddied, layered properly to where everything kind of gave itself a segue like they were telling a story. I don't care how fast you play. I don't care how loud you are. I don't care how much blah you put in. I don't care how big your breakdown is. I don't care about any of that. Can you tell me a damn good story? From the very one I talked, storytelling. And then I said, well, there's going to be another one. And then they did Heaven in Hiding. And I was like, wow, that was nothing but storytelling. A little bit softer, a little bit more dynamic. Then they went to Jaded, which made me go, whoa, they can be extremely aggressive. And then we did Come Hell or High Water just last week. And I was like, okay. And then this one, Desolation, is kind of a greatest hits for me in their style, where they do show the musicality, arrangement, they show the aggression, they show the big sound, they show the different variations in the vocals, they blend in that violin, they bring you back to great storytelling. This is how you touch all the heartstrings in my musicality range. If you're a band out there, okay, and you can do monstrous harsh vocals, but that's all you do, and you can play super fast, but it's all you do, you're gonna appeal to one genre specifically in music. If you can do only light stuff and airy with synths and just light, fluttery symphonic metal, and that's all you do, you're gonna only get those type of fans. If you're able to span the genres from the aggressive, animal killing, butchering, savage noises and walls of sound on this side to the creative storytelling like it's a fucking fairy tale on this side, if you can find a way to bring them together and tell a story and do it all at the same time and do it well, you got me. You got me completely. The first time I heard Lorna Shore, didn't get it. I recognized how outstanding both their musicianship and just the sheer vocal ability. But when they did this in 2022, when they did that trilogy, where they took that aggressive musical style and then told a ballad level theme in it, locked me in. You don't have to be Dragon Force Fast. You don't have to be Will Ramos or Alex Terrible harsh on your vocals. You also don't have to be, Heart or Sabaton and tell fantasy tales or historical tales that damn near could be made into movies. Well, with Sabaton, it actually is going to be a movie. But if you can come in there and find a way in the middle to have all of those different things, layer them like an ogre, an onion, or, you know what I'm saying? Layer them properly. Make it a good story. Man, you're going to get me every time. And a lot of you bands do that. Imminence is one of those storytelling bands. Now, what story are you going to tell? Are you going to tell a story of loss? That's what Lorna Shore did. Are you going to tell a story of pain and rage? Well, that's something like, a few other bands like, June Turns Black, and an up-and-coming band does, right? In the most harsh, passionate ways. Or you could be like Major Moment, another up-and-coming band that we're going to see this Saturday. Check those out. Those are 2 bands coming out this Saturday and up-and-coming Saturday. They tell stories in their own way, similar to Imminence, but a little bit more electronic, a little bit more synths, a little bit more dynamic in it. Or you could do it like Imminence does it. And no matter how you tell your story, whether it be hilarious like Electric Callboy or 12-Foot Ninja, or it's something tragic and gutturally terrible like Lorna Shore or June Turns Black. It doesn't matter. If you can tell a story, whether it makes you laugh, makes you cry, or makes you want to just go and just tear apart in rage, someone out there needs to hear it. Someone else out there needs to feel and understand what you're getting out there. Does that make sense? And Imminence tells these elaborate tales. And sometimes you really got to pay attention. And I challenge you to not only go into the description and watch the original. I know I kind of rambled a little bit, but it was really important for me to explain. As Old School Nerd the Reactor, as a fan of music, some people are stuck in one genre and they hate everything else. All of them have their spot. All of them have their place if they're telling the story right. Let's get back into it. Back to that little interlude. The use of rests. You use them for weight. Wow. Wow. Okay. Probably one of the best breakdowns that I've heard. Is it the most elaborate, craziest breakdown? No. But a breakdown, sometimes you need to use rests. Rests cause a pause and a silence. So the next tone, the next note, the next chord, the next wall of sound has a bigger impact. Just saying. The silence between a lightning strike and when the thunder hits is the quietest moment. Why? Because you see the lightning and you anticipate the thunder, so you become very acute to the sound that you're listening for. So when it hits, it has weight. Very similar to using rests in the best places in songs. Just because you can play at 240 beats a minute doesn't mean that you should all the time. Sometimes rest and kick them in the face with a golf shoe. Musically. Don't actually do that. That's just me. All right, everybody. Imminence. Desolation. Outstanding storytelling, using multiple different instruments, multiple different styles, putting them all together in a proper story. Doesn't get much better. All right, everybody. Hey, do me a favor. Check the band out. Description's below in the description. Hey, all their information. Yeah. So, and with that, I think I'm done. Oh, tonight we're playing on Twitch.tv, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's how we roll. Speaking of stories. probably going to die. I say that every week, and I never do. But yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, this might be it. Come watch me die. It'll be fun. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right there. Big thank you to all my Patreons out there. We appreciate everything you do. If you want more content like this video, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.